Hello, lovely, lovely people. How are you? Hope that you're having a lovely day so far. So I must apologise if I sound a little bit hoarse at times as we go through this, but I've had a really bad a couple of weeks of colds and just not being able to shift it. But I went to the doctors yesterday and have got some antibiotics, so we'll be completely on the mend now, feeling a lot better today. But was so excited to come and do this session. So here we are. So if you you've just jumped on, just give me a wave, say hello, and let me know that you're there. And I'm not just talking to nobody. It would be great to see you. And if you're watching the replay, just type replay as well, just so that I know that you are here. So today's session is all about goal setting. So first thing, hey Natalia, hey Claire. What I would love you guys to do is to just make sure that you've got a pen and something to write on, because I really would love this to be a nice interactive session. I am just going to get this live up on my phone so that I can see the comments as they're coming up, hopefully. Oh yeah, here we are. Cool. Yeah, so I can see that there. So, hi guys. Hi Claire. So it would be really great, yeah, to hear from you guys and have some interactivity as we go through. So I've got a little presentation on my screen, so if I look away, it's just because I am checking on that and I don't want to forget anything because I've got so much good stuff to tell you. So goals are super important. And they are something that, as a coach, I talk about a hell of a lot. And the reason is that the more clarity that you can get on your goal, the more likely you are to achieve that thing and actually make it happen. Now, when we set ourselves a goal, we are basically, it's quite a magical thing actually when you're setting yourself a goal, because what you're doing is you're time traveling. So you're literally fast forwarding to a future point in your life, and you are saying to yourself, this is what I want to be doing. So this is what I want to be doing in my life. This is what I want to be feeling in my life. So we are essentially designing our destinies, designing our future. So goals are really important. So, you know, they do deserve some really good time and energy being put into them. So there are a few things that I want you to bear in mind when you are setting yourselves goals. So goals need to inspire us. Yes, we do have, you know, we all have like the practical stuff that we need to do. But if your goals are all around, you know, things like I need to lose X amount of pounds, or I need to pay off a credit card, for example, which, you know, I'm sure you guys have got much bigger goals than that. But just as a kind of as an example, those goals are not likely to set our soul on fire. They're not likely to make you want to jump out of bed, basically. So what we really want to be thinking about is things that are going to inspire you. And it's not to say that those things don't need to happen, but we need to get to the bottom of, okay, like what does that thing actually deliver for you? By achieving that thing, what are you unlocking? So what I would love you to do is to, just seeing who's jumping on. Hey Fatu, hey Angie. So what I want you to do, yes, is to think about, does this thing inspire me? Does it set my soul on fire? And actually, as we're going through this exercise, take a mindful moment, you know, actually check in with yourself, and, you know, take a few deep breaths and think, what's coming up for me as I think about this goal? What's coming up for me as I think about this thing? You know, where am I feeling it in my body? Is it a head thing? Or is it something is it bringing up excitement and feeling around my chest or around my, you know, abdomen? Like, really try to tune in and check in with what these goals bring up for you. So I would challenge you to take a mindful moment as we're going through, where you take a few deep breaths and think about what's coming up for you with these specific goals. So what we really want is for our goals to provoke emotion and provoke drive. So something that actually really motivates you to jump out of bed, and you want to smash through the to-do list. You really want to achieve that thing. And also, equally important is we need to know why we are doing something. So what is the reason? What is the feeling beneath that goal? So, for example, if you've got a big financial goal, which I know lots of you in here are entrepreneurs, so you know, we all set ourselves financial goals, maybe for I do, you know, for the year, for the quarter. But actually, in order to connect with that goal, you need to know why you want it. Why do you want that amount of money? Because at the end of the day, if you're just working for the money, it's going to be hard on those days when things aren't going well to keep yourself going, because just working for money alone it's not inspiring enough. So what does that money deliver you? What does that unlock? Because ultimately, that's the thing that we are striving for. Hey, Angie, that's okay, lovely, doesn't matter. It's great to have you here now. So yeah, it's the thing that we are looking to unlock by having the money. So does that give you more freedom? Does it give you more adventure? Does it free up your time in your business because you can afford more support and mean that you can spend more quality time with your kids? Like, what is the feeling and what is the inspiration behind that goal? So I really want you to connect with that. And the point is, if your goal is inspiring enough, then you are going to want to jump out of bed for it, basically. And you know, you're going to want to put energy into it. You're going to have passion for it. And at the end of the day, you're going to make it happen. Because goals we want to be stretched by our goals. They don't always have to be like super clear about how you're going to achieve that thing right now. You know, it could feel like it's a big stretch, but that's okay, because if it gives you enough passion and if it gives you that excitement, you will find a way to make that thing happen. So that, I think, is a kind of a little bit of setup about how our goal, what we need to be thinking about, and the types of goals that we need to be thinking about, and the feeling, and checking into your body mindfully as we go through. And the final point before we move on to actually goal setting is that your goals require consistent focus. So consistent focus. So we have all probably been guilty of this at some point. I know I have, is at the beginning of the year writing down a load of goals, setting yourself all of these targets, and then just kind of filing it away somewhere and forgetting about it. And that really is not good, guys, because life happens, doesn't it? The day-to-day happens, everything just happens, and what we need is consistent focus on our goals. So if there's stuff that you want to make happen, we need consistent focus, and that means, you know, regular check-ins. So we'll come on to talk about some ideas and tips and strategies to make sure that consistency is there. Okay, so is everybody ready? Just give me a little wave. Hey, Eleanor, lovely to see you. Don't worry, it doesn't matter that you're late. I've just been doing a little bit of setup about what makes for inspiring goals. So you can watch that. You can just maybe replay that bit. Hey, Nicola. Okay, so first things first. So hopefully you've got a piece of paper and a pen. And the first thing I want to do is just to get everything out of your beautiful head and just get it all down. So ready? Amazing, Angie. So get it all out. I want you to just sort of basically brain dump. So spend a few minutes just brain dumping and jotting down all of the stuff in your head. So I know lots of you guys in the group. I've had lots of calls and conversations with many of you over the last few months, and I've spoken to you on various posts, etc. I know that you have loads of ideas, and I love that. I love that about you guys. So this is the opportunity to get all that stuff out. So it doesn't matter. It could be like really big dreams. It could be things that you want to accomplish. It could be experiences that you want to have this year. It can be small things, you know, like we talked about. If you need to pay off a credit card, just get it down, get everything down. And basically, I just want it all out, just out, because when everything is in your head, it can basically get quite overwhelming. And that's when we can get to that point where we don't really know what to do first. So this is the point. It's just getting it all down. So I would love to hear from you. I'm just going to check my notes, but let me know, like, do you have some good stuff coming up now? So hopefully you're writing down some of these goals, like what's coming up for you. Is there something good in there? If you feel like sharing, it would be lovely to hear what you've got coming up. So brain dump, get all of those goals out, big or small. Hey, Lauren. And just, yeah, let us know what's coming up for you. Let us know what is coming up. It's really good to know what's, you know, to inspire each other with what our goals are. So once you've done a little brain dump, no worries, Lauren. Hey, Sarah, lovely to see you. So basically, guys, we're just brain dumping all of our goals down. So big or small, the dreams, the things that you want to accomplish, the super exciting stuff, the other stuff, the practical stuff, like paying off credit cards, etc. Just get it all down. And once you've done that and you've had a moment to just get everything out, then I want you to draw a lovely big circle, like almost like a pie. Imagine we're going to create a little bit of a pie chart now. So lovely big circle. Nicola, you said you've got so much in your head. I know, I totally know. I know the feeling. Angie, you want to grow your biz, love it. So really want you to connect with that. Like, what is that going to give you? What does growing your business kind of deliver for you? It's getting really specific about why you are looking to achieve that thing. Lauren, goals. You're awaiting some feedback for some shows that you've applied for. So when you know what you'll get, you're in the mood for designing a new collection. How exciting. That sounds amazing. So really specific, really creative, lovely goal. Okay, so now you've got a little circle in front of you, and I want you to slice it up into 3 slices of pie. So the first slice is all around developing. So developing yourself, developing me, let's call it. And that can encompass goals like your health and fitness, working on mindset, CPD learning. It could be giving back, it could be growth, it could be spiritual, it could be, you know, whatever. So, but anything that falls under developing you, and start to basically allocate from that list of goals that you've got things under the developing me pie slice. Sarah, yes, I need quite a revamp for my biz this year. It's all about growth. Amazing. Nicola, you're saying that you want to identify your distractions and remove them. Yes, I know, because you've got small children as well. It's very, very important to work out how you're going to deliver on these goals, and we will talk about that. But you know, it's all very well writing this stuff down, but then we need to actually put a plan in place to see how do you get from A to B. So very, very important. So first slice of our pie is developing me. Second slice of our pie is relationships. So I want you to think about all of the people that you have in your life, whether that's your partner, your kids, your friends, the things that you want to do with those people. So, you know, is it about spending more time with certain people? Is it about doing things with certain people? Is it about holidays? Is it about going on adventures? Is it about improving certain relationships? So the other slice is about relationships. So I think that encapsulates quite a lot. So it's a really good slice to be thinking about. And then the third slice, and obviously this is super important for everyone, I'm sure, in here, is all around business. So this is around your business. And, you know, if you don't have your own business, it might be more of a career goal, but I know most of you in this group are entrepreneurs. So Natalia, you're saying you need to attract in more clients. Great. So it's just being really clear about, okay, what does that actually mean for you? What is that going to deliver for you? We need to connect with why you want to do that, and then we'll come on to onto the how. So when we think about the goals in our businesses, what does that look like? Is it about growing your team, attracting in more clients, launching a new package or product? Is it about a financial goal? I mean, I have loads of goals within my business, but I really like to have a financial goal because I think it gives you quite good focus. And so, for example, Natalia, you want to attract in more clients, but how many? What is your, you don't have to say this in the group, but what is your financial target? Write that down for yourself, and then work out how many clients does that equate to, or how many workshops does that equate to, or and then once you become quite specific about that growth target, you can get a bit clearer on how you're actually going to go out there and make it happen. So the more specific that you can get, the better it's going to be, and the more achievable and likely you are to achieve it. So Claire, it's about setting up your business ready to launch in June. That's super exciting. Yay. Cool. So we need to think about, okay, so we've got between now and June, so it's about 4 months. June, yeah. So really need to be thinking about, okay, monthly, what are your monthly goals to help you to get to that point? Okay, cool. So I've just lost my train of thought. So that's basically getting really clear on our goals for our business, getting clear on our goals for our relationships, getting really clear on our goals for developing ourselves. And I think most staff will fall into those 3 buckets, basically. So once you've done your big kind of brain dump, then you can divvy things up into these 3 areas, okay? Now, step 2. So we've got everything out. We've basically allocated it to each section of our pie chart, and now I want us to prioritize. Okay, so we've got everything out, but the thing is, if you can get really focused on the things that are going to move you forward, going to move your business forward, going to actually have quite a big shift and make a big difference, these are the ones that we really want to prioritize and bring to the surface. So the reason we don't want to achieve everything is that we want to move away from overwhelm. We want to move away from feeling stressed. We want to become real, goal achieving, machines, if you like. And the thing is, human capacity and the capacity in our minds is so much. We have our goals, we have our lives, we have our children, we have other stuff going on as well. So the more focus that you can get, the more likely these things are to happen. So what I want you to do then is basically highlight the things that you feel are the game changers. Highlight the things that you feel genuinely are going to make the biggest impact in your life right now. And then the other things, we are not throwing them out, but I like to say we're going to put them in the car park, basically. So we're parking them up in the car park, and we're going to go back to them at a later date. So it might be that you have them in the car park for a few months, or if you smash through these big goals really quickly, amazing, we can just go and get those things out. So the fact is you're writing them down, you're capturing them, so you're not going to forget about them, but you've got them out of your head, so they're not going to clutter, they're not going to stress you out, because they've been captured, and we're not going to, we will go back to them at some time. But the point is, we want the game changers, we want the big things. And yeah, it can be hard to let stuff go, but a scattergun approach will not get you results. It might, you might do a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of that and move forward slowly on each thing. But what we want to do is make loads of progress. So Lauren, yeah. Okay, yeah. So you basically made lots of goals at the beginning of the year, and it's a goal per day, and you've got I love a tick list. I think that's the thing. It's just breaking these things down so that they are manageable and that they are absolutely going to happen. Because what we don't want to do is set a big list of goals at the beginning of the year, park it, and just forget about it. We really want stuff that is going to happen. So, which projects are going to give you the most powerful results, guys? Can you drop into the comments and let me know, like, one project that you feel is going to give you seriously powerful results, one project or goal that is going to be really, really important for you to focus on. And whilst you're looking at your list, so Nicola, yeah, so biggest impact, are we looking at financial impact on all the things that can be done quickest? To be honest with you, I think impact is a very personal thing. So if financially, you know, if financial, moving on financially is a really important goal for you, then obviously that is a kind of, then financial impact would be really important. If it's about, you know, the lifestyle that's going to deliver you, or that's going to unlock something really, really important for you in your life, then that would obviously be very impactful. But for somebody else, it could be, you know, if somebody is retraining so that they can launch their business, then the biggest impact goal for them might be completing their postgraduate, or completing their coaching training, or completing a qualification that is going to allow them to open, you know, to be able to start doing that business. So I think it's very personal ultimately, but it's a really good question. So I just want you to think about, like, what is going to unlock the biggest change for me? What is going to make a big difference for me? And that's where the focus needs to be in terms of impact. So Eleanor, yeah, writing your online course is a priority, but struggling with the overwhelm of the massive task of it, along with everything else that's going on. Yeah, and I think this, you know, having a big goal like writing a course is obviously super, super exciting, but actually there potentially needs to be something about some sub goals in between. So, like, what is stage one of getting that course down? You know, what have you already done? Have you done a skeleton? And is it about, like, tackling section by section of that skeleton and just really scheduling that in? Because, you know, we've just got to make it quite tangible and quite achievable. Right, sorry, I'm going off tangents. I'm going to just go back to my notes just so I can remind myself of where we're at. Yeah, so thinking about what's going to give you the most powerful results, what's going to make the most impact. And then the other thing that I want to say is that, remember, the final goal is really important, but also the journey. And I want you to think about the journey. Is this something that you're going to enjoy doing? And how do you make this journey one that is a good investment of your time? And I think connecting back to why you're doing something really helps you to make sure that that journey stays good, it stays motivating, it stays exciting. Okay, so here's some helpful questions, actually, if you're struggling to whittle stuff down, or you're struggling to prioritize. So it's almost like a criteria filter. Thinking about your goal, what is the impact of making this thing happen for you? So what is the impact on your life? Could be financially, going back to your question, it could be spiritually, it could be mentally, and the next question is, what do I have to become, or who do I have to become to make this goal or project a reality? So who do I have to become to make this project a reality? So, for example, if it is about, Eleanor, if it's about getting your online course written, who do you need to become to make that a reality? Like, what needs to change? What habits need to be put into place? What skills do you need? What character traits do you need to make that happen? Basically, start to put some meat on the bones with, how am I going to make this real? Because the thing is, to make these things happen, something needs to change. Something needs to shift. And it's making that commitment to yourself to be doing that thing, putting those things in place to make these goals a reality. And something that's super, super important to remember is that any goal or project that stretches you and pushes you out of your comfort zone is going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's going to, but that also means that this is a rewarding thing to be working for and working towards, because ultimately the goals that you achieve that push you out of your comfort zone and stretch you are the things that are going to be the most inspiring and the most rewarding to work on. So that is another thing to bear in mind. Just going to have a sip of my drink. Cool. Claire, so yeah, so you want to work on your business plan. Brilliant. And packaging your services. Yeah, again, really think about like what it's carving out the time, thinking about what that is going to deliver for you, and connect with why you're going to do those things, and get really purposeful behind it. Okay, so one little disclaimer, guys, is do not compare yourself and your goals to anyone else. This is your journey, and it's very individual to you. We are all individuals, we are all unique, and actually one person's capacity to achieve might be very different to another's capacity to achieve. So for example, if you've got kids, or if you have another job on the side, or there's a lot of different things that we need to consider. So always think about like, what else is happening for me, what is my capacity to achieve, and set yourself goals that are stretchy and exciting and inspiring, but not sort of ridiculously unrealistic. We want to make sure that we can hit these things. So bear in mind what's going on around you. Doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. Less is more. So don't over plan, don't over set yourself too many things to do. Right, so hopefully you've got some really exciting things come up now, and they are clearly sort of falling into these different buckets, and hopefully you are also finding it quite straightforward to prioritize those key things. If there's any questions or concerns, just drop me a message afterwards and we can kind of look at it in a bit more detail. But the thing is, now you will have like your big goals down, which is really cool. Angie, you just said you want to look at longer term group program. Fab. Yeah, very exciting. So now what I want us to do is to schedule and reverse engineer. So schedule and reverse engineer. So I know we're not necessarily going to get onto your calendars right this second, but coming off the back of this session, I want you to look at all of the goals that you've got and actually put it down, put it into the diary. Because at the end of the day, if we don't put it down into the diary, it's just a dream without a deadline. So I'm sure you've had that expression, but I'm all for dreaming. I love dreaming, but I also love making stuff happen, and the way that you're going to do that is by getting it into your diary. And maybe sort of think about, okay, so if by the end of the year I want to have achieved X amount of money, or if by June I want to have launched my business, or if by July I want to have launched my online course. Great. These are all really good specific goals. I want you to connect with what that's going to unlock for you. Why are you doing it? What does that mean for you? Why is this inspiring? And then I want you to work back from that date and think, okay, so we're at the end of Feb now. What needs to happen by the end of this quarter, by the end of March, to get me close to that goal? And then what needs to happen in Q2, and basically start to really break stuff down, so it becomes very, very clear that if you're working back from the date of that thing happening, what are the steps that are going to get you to that point? Put them in your diary, make them happen. And then the next thing is accountability. So who is going to hold you accountable? Saying your goals out loud and writing them down means they are so much more likely to happen. But then actually having someone that will hold you accountable is amazing. So excuse me, if that person, it might be a coach, it might be a friend, it might be an accountability partner. Personally, I like a whole selection of accountability people to keep me going and on track. So I have a coach, I have a mentor, I have 2 accountability partner friends who I check in with very, very often. In fact, Angie's on the session, and she's one of my accountability partners. So basically, get as many people as you can in to support you on your journey, because it's very difficult to do this stuff alone. And I know that a lot of you will have loads of other stuff going on outside of achieving your goals as well. So having a regular check-in meeting with this accountability person you know, be that a coach or a mentor or a friend, you know, will help you to stay on track. And actually, if it's someone that also has similar goals, yeah, woohoo! I know, Angie, you help. Yeah, I keep you accountable too. Yeah, finding somebody that is basically on the same journey, it's amazing. And it really, it's, you know, they will. So for example, with Angie, we literally, we're on WhatsApp very, very regularly, and she is super excited about where I'm going with my stuff, and as I am about her stuff. And you know, the point is, if you find someone that's in a similar space to you, on a similar journey to you, and at a similar level to you, they are going to be very supportive. So I can talk to her about lots of stuff that maybe I wouldn't be able to talk to my husband about, because, you know, he would just sort of start rolling his eyes, basically. So that is great, having an accountability partner. So, so over to you guys. I want you to let me know, like, who can you have as your accountability partner? What is your deadline for yourself? And what is your big goal? So those are 3 things to think about as you're coming out of this call. I know some of you put down your goals there, but let me know, like, who can help to hold you accountable. Angie, you're making me laugh. You're making me cry now. So I hope that's been helpful, guys. That is like my 2, 3, 4 pennies worth on goal setting. I really want you to, I know maybe you can like spend a bit more time after this just getting everything down, and then please pop it into the diary and let us know like how this whole process was for you. Maybe even like share your pie chart, share your little slice of pie in the comments and show us what's come up for you. It'd be amazing, because maybe we can all hold each other accountable to this process as well. So amazing to have so many of you on this session with me. Such a privilege. Lovely to see you as always. I've got a really exciting announcement, which is, I'm seriously excited to announce this. Basically, as it's getting to March nearly, I thought it could be a little bit of time for a spring cleaning of our minds. So I know a few people have talked about courses, and I'm super excited to say that I am launching a course starting at the beginning of March. And basically, it's going to be a beta launch, so for a very small select group of ladies from my group. This is for you. Basically, it's for you if you're really serious about hitting your goals and you want some additional support to hit those goals. I am obviously a coach. I love setting goals. I love strategy and all of that. I'm extremely passionate about mindset and mindfulness and looking after ourselves on that journey. So basically, this is for you if you are serious about hitting your goals. It's for you if you want to be resilient in the face of challenges over the coming months when it comes to hitting your goals. This is for you if you want mindfulness and meditation techniques to call upon when things get a little bit tricky, because I am like, they have been such a game changer for me on my journey, and really help you to be strategic and have that clarity of thought. And it's for you if you just want to have real kind of strength of mindset, basically. And as it's a beta launch, it's going to be at an amazing value of £197 for 6 weeks of working with me. And the reason that I'm doing it at this price is because it'll be a bit of a learning experience, okay? Because it's my first one. It's my first time launching this course, but it's going to be amazing. And I'm so excited about it. And it means that you get access to me as your coach to help you with shaping your goals and to help you on your journey, basically. So I would love, if any of you are interested, just drop me a PM or drop into the comments and I can send you all the details. So really excited to have you all here. I just want to let you know that got some exciting stuff planned next week. I've got an amazing lady coming in on Monday to talk social media with you. So I've had some of you feedback that being visible, being online all the time and having to sort of self-promote and be in the digital space can be quite overwhelming. So Sarah is a social strategist, and she helped me to get my social media up and running at the start of my business, and she is freaking amazing. So she's going to come in and share a load of learnings with you guys on Monday, and we're going to try and make it a regular thing so that you have access to a Q&A basically, and we want to help you guys to develop and be able to do the stuff that you want to do in your business. And then on Tuesday, I have a mindfulness session. So really excited. Looks like lots of you are joined up for that. So yeah, have a lovely day. Get in touch if you want to chat about anything that we've talked about. And I will see you soon. Bye.